names for the packs. Jerry should be calling your names for you.
All right, Eleanor. Lock it. Make it hard for yourself.
Nice and loud, nice and loud. They gotta be able to hear you.
Kelly.
Absolutely. Oh no, but I mean, the muscles will get stronger, but it is taxing.
One of the girls who I work with was like, I'm going to roller derby tryouts. And I'm like, what is roller derby? And she's like, oh, it's like, you know, you get on skates and you hit people. And I'm like, oh, I want it.
Hi.
Learn how to breathe. You take a deep breath in, let it out slow. And listen to his whistle, listen to Dave's whistle. Let's go up, another outside track. This is a sprint drill. 15 seconds is a sprint. This is a 5-minute drill, hard drill. So you have to skate as hard as you can and catch the pack, relax. The pack is doing 75%. The two people in the front, the two skaters in the front, are doing 100%. They came to me because we're skaters, okay? They respected us for our knowledge. They wanted to learn more of technique, which we bring to the table, okay? Their willingness to do what we throw at them is impressive. I mean, sometimes we train them here like they're in the Marines, and when we're ready to leave, they thank us. Sue was ranked 2nd in the world as a master. I won a world championship. So if you can picture a young, crazy Italian kid trying to make a living as a roller derby star back in the 50s and 60s, and then playing professional hockey on the weekends and making some money there, and then being a professional fighter on the weekends, making some money. That's what I did. I make a living at things you like to do. And I've been fortunate enough not to get too hurt, to stay with it until I'm 74 years old. My mother came from Italy, and she gave me these roller skates, which had a wooden wheel in the front and a wooden wheel in the back. It was a round wheel, and a round wheel in the front, and a round wheel in the back. It was a metal frame, and with a strap in the front and a strap in the back. And we used to put, engineering tape around the front to keep it on our shoe, on our sneaker. And not everybody had that kind of skate because that came from Europe. Everybody thinks the inline skates are brand new. They're not brand new. The ones that I was wearing are over 100 years old. The area has gotten cleaner. It's nicer.
They have rules now.
We have rules now. In my time, just to give you an idea, there was only one referee. And we skated on a bank track, and on the bank track it just had railings around the whole track. And it was a lot of rough skating, a lot of people getting hurt, a lot of blood. And if you didn't like the referee, you threw him off the rink.
Was
Over
there
here,
padding?
no padding at all.
It was just a rail like that.
Oh, wow.
No padding at all. And only one person wore a helmet, and that was with the jammer. Over here, you have to wear a helmet. You have to wear protective knee pads and everything. And the time that I skated, we didn't have any of that. So it's gotten safer, better. A better group of people are involved in skating today. It's cleaned up its act. It really has.
I actually came here on a dare 3 years ago. A friend of mine asked me if I wanted to do something wild and crazy, and I was like, yeah, sure. Told me to meet her at the roller rink, and I did. And the next thing I know, I have a pair of skates on, and only skated like twice in my entire life, and it was like when I was 8. So I was just like, you gotta be kidding. And I just fell in love with it. And so, you know, it was one of those where baby steps, I couldn't even skate, and they taught me how. So it's just, you know, one of those, it's either you love it or you hate it. And those who love it, it's just, it becomes addicting.
I got involved with Derby, I think like 6 years ago now. I moved up here from the city when I was in the middle of getting my PhD at Columbia, and I got a job teaching at SUNY New Paltz, and I was looking for, like, I played soccer, so I was looking for like pickup soccer, and I saw this flyer that was like roller derby, and I hadn't ever heard of it. So I tried out, and you get addicted to it. When I first started, I was really scared of Roxy Ramelot. She's the one who kind of started. And I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to like be as good as her. Or like, she just was really intimidating to me. And then you just get to know her like everyone else. And you realize that everyone's really different, but you all share this, like I said, this bond that's really powerful. And there's nothing to be scared of. It's, you just kind of put yourself out there.
The girls do a lot of promoting their bouts. They go on radio, they flyer neighborhoods, word of mouth, businesses. We'll have anywhere from 150 up. We've had anywhere from 150 up to over 400 people here for bouts.
Whatever the score, you're always in it. You can see people like knocking other people down and then jump up. You can see like the people who are playing, the women who are playing, love it, and you can see that in everything that they do.
It's nice. It's nice to see them, you know, enjoying themselves and trying to kill each other.
Number 113, lacerated. Number 1868, Lolita LaBruz. Number 2, Pinky Swears. We have number B17, Pinnacle. Number 10K, Prodigy.
I didn't know what you were doing.
We have number 357, Puppy Bang. Number 666, Roxy Ramelot. Number 5, Senorita Gonna Eat Ya. Number 69, Slam and Sway. Number 7E12, Terry Jules. Number 001, Whiskey Lullaby.
Sort of earn your name, and it should be something that means a lot to you, and it's also a bit of an alter ego. So Lolita LaBruz is after Lolita Lebron, and 1868 is the year of the Grito de Lares. So Lolita Lebron was a Puerto Rican independence fighter. Yeah, it has like this alter ego personality. And when my colleagues in academia find out, they're very surprised that I actually play Melodia.
That girl
Well, I mean, with this, like, if you have the right jewelry and you have like a wrap or something, then it won't be too cold. And you can always wear it with like leggings and stuff all winter.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like super re-wearable.
Yeah.
But does it make me look really young? Is another question.
How old are you?
21.
No.
Okay.
Then no. It makes you look about 21.
Okay. Not
So,
like 16.
No.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. It's like my favorite thing ever. I was an athlete when I was in middle school, but not so much in high school, and which was also a long time ago. So being part of a team was something that I really liked then, and it's kind of hard to explain because it's really nice to know that somebody has your back all the time. I love to be supportive of other people too, so that's another part of it, is that, you know, I've been there through, you know, I've had friends that have like been through huge breakups and divorces and also new relationships, and I've watched some of my teammates fall in love with each other, and like it's just amazing to be able to be part of that and know that it's not just about the sport, it's also about the whole family sort of environment of it. So, you know, my family all lives really far away from me, so I don't get to see them a lot, so this is sort of my new family. I mean, my husband's family's local, so I have that part of like the actual family thing, but you know, the family that you choose is sort of hugely prevalent in this kind of scenario, where these are the people that I call if I have a problem, you know what I mean? So it's kind of, I mean, it's so nice to have that sort of, you know, part of it's the sport, but part of it's really just the whole social aspect of it too. So lack the confidence to do something, we sort of, it's sort of like the whole thing with having a Derby name. It's sort of like your real life is like your secret identity, and then you're sort of like a superhero when you got your Derby name. So every time that we get nervous about something, like in my case, if I'm nervous about doing something, I think to myself, what would Pinup Pool do? And then I'm like, okay, she would be awesome, and she would rock out, and she wouldn't be scared at all, and she would just go and do whatever she wanted because she has no fear. You know what I mean? So even on the track, I feel like that sometimes when I'm just like, you know, I'm scared to do this. Oh my gosh, this team is so good, and you know, we're gonna get killed. And then I'm like, no, we're not. Like, I'm a rock star. Like, Katrina might not be a rock star, but Pinup Pool is a rock star, and she can do anything. So those are the kinds of things. And it also puts so much stuff in perspective. There's also sort of something that always goes through my head that like I can do anything for 2 minutes because a jam is 2 minutes long. So like if something's really hard, if I'm working out and it's like really hard, and I know that I can do it for 2 minutes, and I know that I can survive 2 minutes, and that's all I can think. I basically think about my entire life now in 2-minute increments. So like anything that's going on is like anything that's painful, anything that's like whatever. I go get my teeth cleaned and I'm like, this isn't going to take longer than 2 minutes, so I can survive anything for 2 minutes. So have at it. Right after I had started bouting, I think we were almost at the end of our season, and we were driving out to, we went out to Providence, and we had a scrimmage out there, and me and a couple of the other girls in my fresh meet group, so we were like still pretty new, like we had only bouted like once or twice before. We all went out there, so it was like a 4-hour trip. And during the scrimmage, I fractured my tailbone.
I think that Derby, you learn to really trust your body, and you learn to not be afraid. Like, you learn how to take a hit, you learn how to do that literally, and then I think that figuratively sort of carries into your life, is that you learn to take hits really well. And you learn a female camaraderie that sometimes women can be competitive with each other in a negative way. And I think it does a lot of, you know, you're the female empowerment stuff, but I think it's really true.
Yeah, so I broke my nose in a game, and headbutted in the face, and went a little insane, I guess is a fair word. Yeah, a lot of cursing on the track, which is a little embarrassing, and so now my father won't come to any games, so that's awesome. Yeah, but you just get really, you know, like passionate, and sometimes your aggression comes out, and it's all part of the fun of Derby, so.
Do this if you don't love it. It's too hard, as you see. I mean, you not only have to be a good skater, you have to be in good physical condition to take all the punishment that they put upon themselves and endure in a game. If you saw them at a bout, I mean, it's hard. I mean, you can get hurt. And if you're worried about getting hurt, this is not the sport for you.
We were coming around turn 2, and somebody was coming from my inside to hit me, and I kind of juked sideways, and my ankle rolled, and you heard a pop, and it didn't really register, so I went to jump the other way, and my ankle like kind of snapped the other way, and you heard another pop, and I dropped to the ground, and that was it. I was screaming my head off. I knew it was broken instantly. We have a nurse on the team. So she came over and I was like, get my skate off, don't let them cut my skate, because you know they might end up cutting the skate off if it's really bad. Wasn't swollen, wasn't bruised, nothing was poking out. They're like, oh, it's not broken, don't worry about it, you'll be fine. I'm like, this thing is broken. So I had some of my teammates around me, you know, trying to calm me down, holding my arms down so I didn't punch people because I was really upset. There's one right here, and there's a plate that runs along the whole scar, and then I have one on this side, and they cut right through my tattoo, and the plate runs the length of that scar, and then throughout there are pins, and it only swells every once in a while, but it's not too bad anymore. Well, I guess I had screamed better than any horror flick ever, and continued to scream throughout the 15 minutes that it took the ambulance to get here, and we had probably about 50 fresh meat, and from what I understand, about half of them quit that night.
Oh, okay. So I'm jamming, and my jammer panty falls off. So if you don't have your jammer panty on and you pass opposing players, you don't get points. So my thought is I'll go back and pick it up. So I'm skating backwards, going to pick it up, I pick it up, and get called for a major penalty, and I get sent to the box. So I'm like, what's going on? Like, so mad. Like, why am I getting called for a major penalty? I didn't do anything. And I found out at the end of the game that it was only supposed to be a minor. So I guess it was kind of funny in the long run because it was my own ref that called me on it, but I just felt like a loser because I went to go pick it up and I was fairly new, so like I thought I was messing up and I just felt like it let down my team, but it was just funny.
It's not talking.
You get that? Okay, because really the whole point is that like if we exaggerate the motion here, we're going to be able to do it in game time, because what often ends up happening is if we don't go for it in practice, in game time we can't deliver it. Agreed?
Yes.
So
it's kind of my sanity. You know, I go to work all day, I have my kids all day, and when I come here I get to, you know, let loose, and I get to be free, and it takes a lot. I have a good support system. My family helps me out. My boyfriend helps me out. You know, the kid's dad is in their life, and he helps me out. So it's a tight balance, but it's something that I love, and when it's something you love, you find time for it.
I think the only common thread I would say is that a lot of the women who come to Derby are struggling for something, like struggling to figure something out about themselves or their lives, or and somehow Derby helps that. That's the only common thing I would say.
The only requirement I would say to be attracted to the sport is the willingness to try something new. I think if you have the willingness to go ahead and try something that maybe you've never done before, that's the only requirement. You never know until you try. You really don't. So you guys gonna try out?